Seahawks stunned Rams, pushing them into NFC command. The most hyped Thursday game of the season turned into an all-time overtime classic, with the Seahawks overcoming a 16-point deficit in the final 9 minutes of regulation and scoring their third two-point play of the night to shock the Rams. And one of the flukiest two-point conversions on a Zach Charbonnet fumble recovery off a Darnold backward pass on an ensuing TD allowed the Seahawks to take it to overtime. Like Saubert's catch, the Seahawks' comeback was improbable, and it put Seattle into the playoffs. Along with the driver's seat for the NFC West crown and the NFC's top seed, Rams' collapse was hard to believe. The Rams controlled the Seahawks for most of their short week game without Davante Adams, taking a 16-point lead well into the fourth quarter and appearing to lock up control of the NFC. Alas, Matthew Stafford and the Rams' offense went cold in the fourth quarter. The special teams fell apart, and the defense allowed the game-tying touchdown in regulation and the game-winning TD in overtime, both capped with two-pointers for a total of 3 in the game, to collapse. This one will be hard for Sean McVay to get over. He came out aggressively, lining up to go for it on fourth down 5 times early in the game. Seahawks' two-point plays were the difference. The 2000 Rams still hold the NFL record for most two-point conversions in a game with 4, but the Seahawks had a shocking 3 in the victory, all coming in the final 8:03 of the fourth quarter in overtime. After Rashid Shaheed's touchdown cut into the Rams' 16-point lead, Seattle made it a one-possession game with Cooper Kupp's 2. Then, after another quick Rams punt, Sam Darnold found A.J. Barner for a score, followed by one of the stranger conversions you'll ever see. It was originally ruled incomplete, with Darnold throwing the ball off the helmet of the Rams' Jared Verse and the ball trickling into the end zone after Kamron Curl couldn't pluck it out of the air. Zach Charbonnet simply picked up the ball, and after a lengthy review, it was ruled that Darnold's throw was backward. Wacky stuff. Then in overtime, after the Rams took a 37-30 lead, Darnold led the game-winning drive, with Eric Sobert the shocking recipient of the game-winning two-pointer. Teams often will prep a pair of two-point plays for a typical game, but the Seahawks had to dig deeper into their bag, and it worked. Rams' red zone failures. Special teams meltdown cost them. The Rams rang up a season-high 581 yards and didn't turn the ball over, with Matthew Stafford 457 passing yards, third most in his career, and Puka Nacua career-high 225 yards. 2 TDs dominating, but they left several points on the field and coughed up a few more late. The Rams turned it over on downs on the opening drive and were only 3 of 6 in the red zone, with Sean McVay failing to go for it on 4th and 2 at the Seattle 5-yard line on their second possession after going forward on 4th and 1 from his own 38-yard line earlier. They also had a TD called back by penalty early on, keeping the game close at halftime at 13-7. The special teams melted down late, with a punt return TD allowed, a muffed kickoff, a 32-yard punt, and Harrison Mevis missed field goal try from 48 yards, the first time he missed a kick of any kind this season. Those are plays the Rams will rue in what will be a painful film session this week, knowing they had a great chance to take a dominant position heading into the postseason. Now they're staring at a potential road playoff opener. Darnold Walker came through in the clutch. It was shaping up as another tough night for Sam Darnold, who threw 4 picks in a loss to the Rams earlier this season and had 2 more in the second half, putting the Seahawks in a 16-point hole. But Darnold picked himself off the mat and threw for 144 yards, 2 TDs and 3 two-point conversions in the fourth quarter, and OT to lead the improbable comeback and give Darnold one of his signature victories. Not just as a Seahawk, but also as an NFL QB. He received a ton of help from Kenneth Walker III, who ran for 100 yards and a 55-yard TD that gave the Seahawks a lead early. In the third quarter, they were frankly lucky to have. He also had 3 catches for 64 more yards and chased down the Rams' Josh Wallace to stop him at Seattle's 1-yard line after an interception. Even though the Rams scored the next play, the hustle was inspirational. Why Walker only received 14 touches is anyone's guess, but he gave the Seahawks everything he could Thursday night, with every yard counting in the massive win.